What's up, everybody? D-Man back. It's been a while, right? I haven't done one of these on-camera videos in quite some time. I haven't really done any videos lately anyways because I've just been busy, and that big 110 things you missed in Shin Godzilla video I uploaded kinda done killed my computer, so, that's just how things go, I guess. So, let's get on with it. Now it's 2018, guys. First video of the year. We're starting off with the top 10 movies of 2017 that I saw. Obviously, I didn't see them all. There was a lot that I missed, and of course, you're going to watch this video. You're going to have your own list. Probably going to be very different than mine, because I know at least a couple of the movies on here are not very well liked. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't really care about, people yelling, you're wrong. Who cares what you think? If you're that butthurt, don't watch this video. If you know you're gonna be upset because of someone's review or their list, I don't know why you'd subject yourself to watching it. That's crazy. Alright, but I am interested to know what your guys' lists are, so comment them down below and I'll check them out. Alright, going from 10 to 1. Starting off, we'll do some honorable mentions, because everyone likes honorable mentions, right? And these are movies that just kind of whatever. So, I liked them. Obviously, I thought they were good, but they didn't make it onto my main list. So that's Oakjaw from Netflix. I reviewed that on the channel if you want to go check it out. Jigsaw, I thought was a pretty good movie. Not as gory as the other Saw movies, which I'm totally fine with. I don't know. I just didn't find it as interesting. I thought it was very predictable, considering, it was easy to see what was going to happen in that movie. Fist Fight surprised me. I thought that movie was going to suck, and I actually rather enjoyed it. Bright from Netflix. Haven't finished it yet, but I'm about one half of the way through, and it's a really good movie. Then Godzilla Monster Planet. Never saw it, but obviously if I did get to see it, it came out last year, it would make it on this list. It'll probably wind up on my 2018 list, but we'll just have to see. If I have to guess now, number one on my 2018 list is either going to be one of the Godzilla animes or Avengers Infinity War or Pacific Rim 2. That's just a guess. Alright, let's get into the actual list. Number 10, Wonder Woman. I thought this movie was pretty good. I thought the first 2/3 of the movie were awesome, and then the last third falls apart entirely. The big boss battle at the end, lost interest entirely. What happens with Steve Trevor, I'm going to stay spoiler free, not into it, and the ending about love, really forced, did not land for me. Number 9, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Again, this one kind of surprised me in the fact that I'm not huge on Star Wars movies. Alright, I think episode 4 and 5 are really good. 5 is my favorite, 4 is my second favorite. I loved Rogue One, and then the rest of them are just kind of okay. I don't have an opinion on too many of them other than the prequel trilogy, which I'm not a fan of. I guess that only narrows it down to 3 more left, but those other 3 I just kind of throw to the side, or only 2 left actually, so those other 2 I'm just put to the side. But this one I actually rather liked. This one actually makes into my top 3 or 4 Star Wars movies, so I thought it was pretty good. Of course, there are some mistakes in it. Everyone talks about there's an entire plot line that could be entirely cut from this movie and save everyone some time, and maybe the movie would be a little more bearable that way. And not that it's unbearable, but that really drags it down. There's something they do earlier in the movie with someone in space that I hate, and then the ending of the movie, there's one tiny thing at the end, which is not tiny at all, it's pretty massive, that I really dislike, but we'll just have to see how Abrams takes it up next movie. Number 8, Logan. This movie starts the year strong. This movie came out around the start of the year, right? I think so. Another one of those rated R Fox superhero movies. This one's pretty great. Actually, I do think this movie was weighed down by the overuse of, just swear words. Like, felt kind of out of place. Like, you've never heard these characters do that before, and given the fact that this takes place in somewhat of the world we know and love, just felt out of place. But I love the gore. I love how real it is, how brutal it is, and the story is fantastic. I love the heart and the emotion in it as well, and I think we need more superhero movies like Logan out there. I think most people who saw the movie agree. Number 7, Thor Ragnarok. This movie was a fun, colorful adventure. I know everyone describes it as fun, but it's kind of hard not to, because like, what else do you describe it as other than colorful adventure? They do something lame with Thor at the end, which carries over into Infinity War, so I'm not big on it, if you get what I'm saying. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Alright, but Thor Ragnarok I thought was pretty sweet. I wish they gave the Hulk a little more screen time, and I wish they made him a little more menacing. I missed the good old days of, like, the Incredible Hulk. Remember how menacing he was in that movie? He lost all of that. He's now just a big dumb idiot, but he's funny, so we like him nonetheless. He's also pretty strong, which is cool to see on camera. Number 6, Spider-Man Homecoming. I did 2 reviews, I held up 4 fingers. We did 2 reviews for that movie on this channel. If you want to hear my in-depth thoughts, go check those reviews out. But overall, I thought this movie is great. I love Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite superheroes of all time, so definitely loved this movie. Number 5, this one I totally expected going in. I knew it was going to wind up on my top 10 list. That is It. I thought this movie was so well done, made me really interested in like the whole story of It. I went back, started reading the book. I'm gonna go back and watch the old miniseries coming up here. I can't wait for the sequel. Thought the cast was great. Thought the characters were great. Didn't think it was scary, and I posted about this on Twitter right after I saw the movie, is that it was not a movie that scared me even in the slightest. It was a movie that I saw with friends, and I had a lot of fun seeing it, but it failed in being a scary movie. However, it succeeded in being a good time. That's really where I draw the line. It was a good time. I don't care that it wasn't as scary. I mean, it might have ranked higher on my list had it been, but whatever. It's fine. Alright, now here's where my list diverges from literally everybody else's. I almost guarantee this movie didn't wind up in anyone's list because everyone hates it but me. That is Netflix's Death Note, and I know so many people hate that movie. They do, man. I put out a review for it if you really want to hear. It's a long review, why you're wrong about Death Note, and that's just me being like, hey, it's its own thing. Let's not judge it based off the anime, alright? And I stand by that. I have seen the anime now. I love the anime so much more than the Netflix movie, but guess what? The Netflix movie still managed to rank on my list. I managed to watch that movie like 3 or 4 times within one weekend, and I never do that with a movie, so that just shows this movie was pretty good. Or at least in my opinion. I'm not saying objectively it's the best number 5 movie of 2017. I'm saying in my opinion it was pretty good. Number 3, Baby Driver. I've done 2 reviews for this movie on this channel as well. This movie was surprising because I thought, you know, this movie looks interesting, it's gonna be cool, fun maybe, and then I went into it and I was blown away. It's so well done. They handled it so well. You know, the way that it was directed. I'm drawing a blank on the director's name actually, but I'm gonna remember it like the second I stop recording, and it's gonna drive me nuts, but you get the point. It's fine. Either way, visionary director. I love the way everything lines up to the music. Great soundtrack, great characters, very intense towards the end. It's a great balance between comedy and action. Number 2. This one also hasn't wound up on too many top 10 lists, but this is my number 2 favorite of 2017, and that is War for the Planet of the Apes. This movie, we've been building to it for years, ever since Rise. Really, it's been something I've been building to ever since I was a baby, because I've been watching the original Planet of the Apes movies, being Planet of the Apes all the way through Battle, and then the Marky Mark remake, which I hate, but, you know, it's still there. I still watched it as a kid. Overall, I've been building to this movie for basically my whole life, and I loved it. I thought it delivered on everything. You know, it didn't have too much action, but I don't need too much action in a movie. Logan. Everyone praises Logan for not having too much action. They say it's a character movie. And I guess people do ding War for the Planet because it has war in the title, and there's really not a war in the movie, but there doesn't need to be. It's more of a psychological war, really. It's between Caesar and this guy who kidnapped him, this colonel. This movie has lots of emotion, it's got lots of heart, it's got a great soundtrack. I thought this movie was fantastic. This movie, I stand by this opinion, has the best special effects in any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. If it doesn't win awards for its special effects, which maybe it already has, I'm not big on the awards game, but either way, if it doesn't win awards for the special effects, then you know that the people in the industry are wrong, because this movie had the best special effects ever. Number 1, you guys know what it is, right? The Emoji Movie.
What's he doing?
He's making the wrong face!
No, alright, so number one, obviously you all know what it is. It's Kong Skull Island. I saw this movie more than I've seen any other movie in theaters ever. I may have gotten my hands on it before it was released on Blu-ray and DVD, and may have watched it a couple dozen times there. And then it came out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I watched it a ton more. This movie is fantastic. It's got so much action, so much energy, so much fun, so much monsters. I love it. This movie is everything I love about kaiju movies, almost. I mean, if it had, like, heart and, well, this movie has heart, but not enough. If it had, like, you know, the 1954 Godzilla levels of heart and emotion, and you really felt it, and the human characters were solid, then it'd be my, like, #1 movie of all time. But it's not. It doesn't rank there. It's just my #1 movie of the year. In fact, if I were to rank this, would it even come on my #1 movie of all time, or, like, my number 10 list for all-time movies? Probably, I don't know, maybe it'd be like number 10. It's a fun movie. It's a great movie. I loved watching it. Really, if you want to hear my thoughts on it, there's hours of content on this channel for you to go check out. I thought this was a good movie. I really did. I know some people didn't, but I did. I loved it. Best King Kong movie? No, not at all. I don't think it is. I think 1933 is the best, and then we got, you know, this one maybe tied with Peter Jackson's. Okay, did I mention this at the start? I have one more honorable mention, that's Guardians 2. I thought this movie was fun, funny, but I didn't really ever want to watch it again, which just shows that it was okay. You know, I thought it was great to watch once. Doesn't mean I want to watch it multiple times, and in fact, every time I've, like, sat down and watched it multiple times, like, again, I've gotten bored and turned it off. So, I don't know, it's a good movie when I saw it. Obviously, that was the lowest on my honorable mentions that I just talked about. So, that does it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. D-Man, out.